Hello everybody. This is my first YouTube video, and basically I wanted to talk about some matters of faith that I've been having issues with. And when I say faith, I mean as a Christian in God, just faith in general. I've had a lot of issues with that for various reasons that I'm going to talk about. Now, when I say faith in God, I don't mean just in some traditional way. I don't mean in just like, oh, I believe there's a God. I actually mean like God is real. He intervenes. He has a place in your life, and you have a relationship with him, and that's what I really mean by faith. Um, I mean, in a sense that you believe in him, that he's real to you, and that like he's just significant, that there is a God basically. That's how I define faith. Now I think some people they have faith for various reasons. I think sometimes people have faith because you know, well I think a lot of people say they have faith. I think we all know somebody who belongs to some religion or says they're a Christian or whatever, a Muslim, what have you, but they don't really live by those principles. Now, personally, I feel like I do everything I can to, abide by, good morals and good principles, and I don't mean my own morals, but I mean, um, first of all, what I feel like are good morals, and I know I just contradicted myself there, but also I try to align that with, I try to align my good morals with what I see in the Bible. Now, I don't feel like there's many people who really can say they have extensive knowledge in the Bible unless you went to like some type of school or training or you just really have studied the Bible. And I feel like for the typical Christian that's really hard. And then I guess in the past historically that there were only priests and high-ranking individuals within the church that actually had access to Bible. So I feel like a lot of our relationship with God has to be channeled through prayer, through our personal relationship as well as studying the Bible. Now, I'm not saying that, studying the Bible is, not a place to get, your knowledge, whether you feel like it's really hard to learn or really hard to study it, or if not. I feel like that, reading the Bible and trying to understand what it's saying, and, I think that's really important. But back to my point, personally, I'm having some issues with faith. And I really want to believe that, there exists a God, and I want to believe in Jesus because I feel like, as of now, that Jesus does represent love. He does represent, you know, um, he represents a figure, and he symbolizes something that I really would like to be a part of. The reason why I'm having so much trouble believing it, is because um, I'm actually gonna go into a little bit of history about myself. So right now I'm a college student. I've worked really hard to get into college. Some of my family members have been to college, or my dad has, but um, it's kind of it. Basically, my family have had a lot of difficulties with them, and to get where I am now as a college student and just out of the house, as you can see, this is my apartment. Thank God. But it's taken a lot for me to get here, and I was actually diagnosed with an attention deficit. Well, sort of diagnosed. The doctor said I had some type of attentional issues, or it was possible that I had some attentional issues and whatnot, and I do. Um, but the way they treated me, or the way I was treated, as far as medical, they prescribed me like some medications and stuff like that, and they didn't really seem like they helped me. They actually made the problem a lot worse. So I don't know if it's an attentional deficit problem. However, I do have some problems in school, and I think it's unique in the way that, when I'm sitting in class and stuff like that, it's really hard for me to pay attention. I've tried all the, professional strategies that have been offered and suggested to me, And there's all kinds of strategies anyone can use to do better in school, to pay attention, to focus. But I feel like I really have some issues as far as processing information, staying attentive to my learning, my books, and I am aware that people have various attentional problems from time to time, but mine is different from that. And the reason why I say that is because for a long time I've talked to other people. I've kind of observed people's understanding of lectures and stuff in class, and it seems like that. Why I know for a fact that I just don't process information the same. Like I could hear something that I totally already understand, like say, the sky is blue, or the cat is in the hat, green eggs and ham. I can understand what that means, conceptually, but okay, what I mean is when I hear something, um, it's like it doesn't process right away, and the more complex things get, the more harder it is for me to process. Now, when I actually can process the information, and I know this because when I do process information, you know, um, I I feel like I can process this information when I'm intoxicated, by alcohol, or I've smoked marijuana before, and that helps me process information a little differently to where I can understand in lectures and conversations and everything what's going on. Now I don't want to rely on that, and I know that there's a problem that I have to somehow figure out a way to overcome. Um, I'm not sure how to go about it, and that's why the question of faith is very, very real to me. Um, I wanna I wanna know that God's out there. This issue of mine causes issues in the classroom. My relationships, socially, to be at my ability to network. Um, you know, Being able to listen is a very essential skill, or just very essential for anyone's life. In anyone's livelihood, it's very essential to be able to listen to people. Um, I have issues with that. Um, it's not that I'm not trying hard enough, or that I'm just thinking about other stuff, but it's really hard for me to process information. It's almost hard for me to really explain this because I don't know. It's just hard. This is just something that's really hard to explain, but it just wreaks havoc in my life. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I know I should be, and I don't feel like this is really who I am. Now, when I told you when I'm under the influence of certain substances, I feel like I'm way more of myself for the fact that I can listen and respond and take in information, and it helps me to learn things. You know. I, Also, I mean, just to throw some other information about myself in there. I feel like sometimes when I'm drunk or when I drink, my memory is even better. You know, I'm really bad with like orientation and just like say, you know, um, you know, if I'm trying to locate a place within the city that I live in, um, although I know my city pretty well, sometimes it's hard for me to orient myself in the middle of a city to get to another location. Basically, it's hard for me to from point A to get to point B in my mind to really um, just to orient myself to that. If that makes sense. I hope I made sense there. Anyways, when I drink alcohol or sometimes when I smoke marijuana, I can totally orient myself a lot better than before. Um, I don't know why. I mean, this is a weird, you know, and the way I'm explaining it now is probably just as jumbled and doesn't make as much sense as it does when I try to explain this to a doctor. Um, I don't feel like the doctor really understands it, and you know, there's so many traits to it that it's hard to really pinpoint what's exactly going on in my mind. Um, but anyway, back to the question of faith. So I've been praying about this for a really long time. I've been, asking God to really just to help me with these issues because it's not that I'm just having trouble in school, or you know, it's not just one problem. It really affects a lot of different things. Um, a lot of people say I'm really self-righteous, that, I'm too nice. And, I think a part of the reason why I'm like that is because, I want to see a breakthrough, and I want to do the right thing. I'm a good person. I get that from my mom. I've also seen my mom, from where I come from, my family. My mom suffered a lot because she does the right thing. And I think a lot of us know that doing the right thing, sometimes it seems like we get ourselves in trouble, or, that it doesn't really work out in the end for us. But I really want to be a good person. That's what I believe in. It's hard for me not to have faith in the right thing. You know, Nothing makes sense to me outside of that. I have to feel like there's some order to things. I have to feel like there's a right way to go about things. Um, and I really think about what the right thing is sometimes. Um, and I really try to do it to my fullest capacity. I try to, exercise doing the right things to the fullest of my capacity. Um, it doesn't always seem like it works. That's what kind of makes me question, why am I even doing this? You know, is there a God? Like I do all these things, but look how much trouble I'm having. Um, when I before I transferred, because I'm a third year transfer student, I went to community college. Now I'm at a university. Um, I would be in contact with my doctors, my psychiatrists, and they would give me, I'm sure a lot of you guys heard of attention deficit medications such as Adderall and Ritalin and all that. I've tried a lot of those, and I could actually get a lot of work done with those. However, it makes me extremely antisocial. I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want anyone talking to me. People probably, get the wrong impression of me just with how like tense I am. I'm just like, just real like just not right basically. So it makes people feel uncomfortable, and I don't take any of that stuff. I'm never going to take it again. So as a result of that, it's a lot harder for me to get work done with attentional issues. Get fatigued in lectures, get fatigued very easily when reading, um, just when reading textbooks and stuff like that. So my grades are suffering a lot, and been really praying, been really in prayer, and trying to seek God and find God. Um, I really want to know who God is and where He's at, um, and how to reach Him. So, and I feel like my problem's unique in a lot of ways because this is something that I'm gonna have to address. There's people with diseases out there that, are supposedly healed. We all know the mind is really powerful in our healing. Even from a medical standpoint, I think we have some idea or some knowledge that the mind and body is connected. People going through terminal illness, cancers, things like that. Their will to survive really determines or really impacts their survival. And I don't know if that's the same with, say if I was born with, some attentional um, issues, and if I was, that's gonna suck because it doesn't matter how much, how positive I am about it, and I don't feel like positivity is just gonna change me. I feel like, if there's a God, whatever's going on with me, I don't know what, the doctors may not know what. Hopefully, you guys get the picture of what I mean by faith. The reason why I'm making this video, and I'm about to end too soon because I'm kind of rambling on, but the reason why I'm making this video, maybe someone can relate, maybe someone has opinions. I'm just kind of just throwing this on YouTube, to be honest with you. I don't really know why I made this. This is my first video. I think I might have said that in the end, but yeah, this is my first video, and I'm gonna probably start making some more, because I'm gonna actually put my journey on here, me going through this, me with faith, of course. I'm gonna really just chronicle this whole thing, and hopefully someone could relate to it. And looked up a lot of videos, um, on the internet concerning what they call mental illness. I don't even like that. I don't really like saying that phrase. It's I just don't like it. Like we're crazies, like we're defective. You know, like I said, who the hell knows what it really is that's going on? But um, I'm just putting this out there. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.